Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How is everybody? I am going through my summer clothes right now and switching over from my winter. And I just wanted to show you, we had these shirts made for us when we had our country music magazine. So this is the one they made for Dave. We are big eagle lovers, so we got that design. These were made in Nashville on Demumbrian Street. There was an artist there when we first got to Nashville back in 90. When did we move there? 96. So she made these for us. This is Dave's, and then this is mine. So really, really nice memories from Nashville when we first arrived, and we had our magazine from 96 to 99. So webzine, actually, it was the very first webzine. Is that a spider? Might be a dead spider. Because these have been storage in my cousin's garage. So just really, really exciting. I started the magazine actually in Dallas when we lived there. And it was basically, back when we had bulletin boards, that's actually where I started out. I was basically just doing CD reviews. And then when I auditioned for that talent show in Nashville, we just fell in love with the area. And when my husband got his back paid for his disability, we decided to move to Nashville to see if I could, have a career in music. And I did okay, for a couple of years. I did some bar gigs, on and off, and I did one or two weddings. But getting into the industry is really a lot of work, and you really can't have anything else in your life to distract you. I mean, it's a 100% endeavor. I had a husband who was disabled. I mean, at the point, he wasn't so disabled that he couldn't take care of himself. But it's hard. You can't do it unless you are fully into that and you have nothing else in your life, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, yeah, a lot of family people do go into the business, but they probably have spouses that are working and that are supporting their dreams, and that wasn't the case for us. So I enjoyed my career for a little while, and that was that. So yeah, it was the greatest time in Nashville. I really, really miss those days because it was so much fun. We did so much coverage of concerts back then with all the back then artists like Tracy Lawrence, Bettina McBride. There were so many, all the stars of the 90s. We pretty much met all of them because we would go and cover shows. Certain shows at the Ryman, like the Christmas for Kids thing. And we did a John Barry. I met John Barry several times. A very nice guy. We got to go backstage several times. And was it Ricky Van Shelton? Yeah. And John Michael Montgomery. Went to his show. Was in the press area and got to meet him. And I got something from him. I don't have it anymore, and he autographed it. But those were the good old days. And unfortunately, when I moved, my husband had just died, and I was forced to move out of my apartment. I was so dumb. I, in such a distraught state of mind that I should have fought it. I should not have let the landlord, you know, bamboozle me and threaten me to sue me. And so he told me to get out within 2 weeks, and I did. And as a result, I had to leave a lot of stuff behind. And all the photos we had of us with all of the artists, I had a wall full of photos of us and artists. It was so sad that I had to leave so much behind. And we had a whole duffel bag full of cartridges, film cartridges of all of the stuff that we did with the magazine, and I left that behind. So, yeah, I've had a lot of loss in my life, Dave, and then all the memories of 30 years I just couldn't bring with me, you know. And then I did bring all of my photo albums that we had of, the events that we did, in addition to the cartridges. But then when I went back to Nashville, well, it was Murfreesboro, Nashville vicinity, um, I got an apartment and then it got flooded. So my friend and her husband decided they would let me stay in their place. So what they did, they came to my house and they packed everything up. And I watched him as he put all of my memories into one box. I had like 12 photo albums, all the photos on the wall that I had just gotten expensive frames for, my wedding certificate, pictures of me and Elizabeth, pictures of me and Dave. They were all in that one box. And then when it came time to move out of the storage unit, it got left behind. I specifically remember asking the people helping me if they would get that box because it was too heavy, and I thought they did. Come to find out, a couple of months later, that they didn't because I went looking for it. I already assumed that it was under my kitchen table because I had some boxes underneath there, and it wasn't there. And that was so devastating. 30 years of memories in that box, and it got left behind. And at that time, I had to cancel the storage because, you know, I just couldn't afford it anymore. But man, oh man, I can't believe everything that I lost. I still have a couple of pictures. I do have my cherished Martina McBride signed photo that I did. Let me go get that for you. So this is a little bit, whoa, it's way dusty. I've got a dust under there. But this is my Martina McBride picture that she signed for me. She was at the Country Radio Seminar, which is a seminar that is done every year for the radio industry, and they all come to this meeting place, usually either the convention center or something like that. And then there are workshops and shows and everything. And I've met Martina there for the very first time. And I just went over to her and I asked her, would you mind if I took a photo? And she said, no problem. So I took the photo. And then a year later, was it a year later or 6 months later? Might have been 6 months later because this was like in April, I want to say. And then in December, there was a Christmas for Kids concert at the Ryman, and Martina was there. So I brought this picture with me because I knew she would be coming into the press area. And so she came in, she signed whatever, there were things for the artist to sign for the charity. And then I saw her and I showed her the picture and I said, could you please autograph this for me? And she looked at me and she said, oh, I remember you. Can you imagine? Out of all the people she meets, she remembered me. And she signed that picture for me. And come to find out later on, she was pregnant with her first child. So that was really an amazing moment. And so we also covered a football. They had another name for it. It's like indoor football, but it's not actually football. I can't remember what they call it. But it was an event, and there were a lot of artists there playing. And Tim and Faith were there, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. And I got some great photos while I was there. And I've kept this all these years. So I've been lucky that I kept some of these things, and I still had them. there's Faith pregnant with her first child, and there's Tim. So I sure got some interesting memories, don't I, of pregnant ladies, and just really had so much fun. It was so great. So yeah, that's the story of Country Views webzine, and it was just a blast. So blast from the past. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I'll see you guys later. Bye.